You can't hit a moving target. Have you ever heard that saying? Well, there's a lot of truth to that saying. Basically trying to encourage you to keep a flow of life. Because when you become idle, stale, and you don't move, you're more vulnerable to someone or something targeting you and you getting jammed up or something happening to you. And so there's a flow of life, there's a rhythm, and there's risk in life. And you mitigate risk, you don't eliminate risk because you can get jammed up no matter what happens in life. But you mitigate risk by keeping it moving. And we're talking in general terms here. And in specific terms with regards to the nomadic life, living full-time on the road out of your car, van, or RV. What I've learned through 4 years of experience living as a nomad is that the best single piece of advice I could give is keep it moving. Because they can't hit a moving target, or you'll get in less trouble, you'll have less problems, you'll be less vulnerable if you keep it moving. And that goes against the human psychology of forming a habit. Humans are creatures of habit, not creatures of adaptation. It mentally pains people to go to a different supermarket at a different time in a different town. It's like they got to get all worked up. They got to almost do that on the weekend. Because during the weekday, they got to go A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B. And if you take them out of that rhythm, they get messed up. So, a lot of people don't realize that, in a scenario where a predator is looking to get you, they're many times studying the habits that you fall into. If a bank robber is looking to rob a bank, they study that bank to understand the habits of the employees, of the operating hours. And keeping it moving and being a moving target just mitigates some risk, because you keep in the flow of the nomadic lifestyle. You keep out of this stagnant way of life where people start to know your habits. Now look, if anyone is out to get you, or if anything is out to get you, or if you're breaking the law, you're doing something bad, it's only a matter of time before you get caught. So I'm not telling you guys to do anything wrong. I'm telling you just in general terms, keep a flow. That's the whole thing we have to do as nomads. Like, everybody always wants to understand, how do you live the comfortable life of an apartment on the road? How do you stay cool? How do you stay hot? Where do you park? How can I babysit you? They want to know. Guys, it's not that life. The nomadic life is not the apartment life. The nomadic life is not the house life. The nomadic life is keep it moving. And if you can't understand that, don't get on the road. Stay in your apartment, get a shared apartment, rent from your mother, do whatever you got to do. There's no shame in that, but I'm telling you right now, on the road, you got to keep it moving. Even if it's in the same town, same state, there's got to be a flow. There's got to be incremental change at times. You can't get stagnant. You can't get stale. You're going to be more vulnerable to the obstacles of being on the road, okay? And the obstacles of being on the road, okay, is not getting complacent and parking in the same areas if you're not supposed to. It's not getting complacent in just, you're out in the public more, so you just got to keep a flow. I mean, I'm trying to keep it very simple. And there's a reason that saying, you can't hit a moving target, has stayed as a saying for years, because there's wisdom to it. And the wisdom I'm sharing with you is something that we all have to remember, especially as nomads. You mitigate risk by keeping it moving. And if you're just lethargic, I think you just get jammed up more. Again, if you're parked legally, if you're doing legal things, you live however you want, you move whenever you want. I'm not preaching doing anything illegal. I'm just saying, like, general speaking terms, keep it moving. Because you're going to avoid or mitigate risk with regards to conflict, with regards to being an eyesore. You don't want to be an eyesore. You don't want people to know, oh yeah, that's the person who parks there every day. Don't be that person, okay? You want to keep a flow. Keep your juices, your adaptation muscles in use. You know, remember, adapting is like muscles. If you don't use them, you lose them. And the harder it gets, if you're used to parking in one area all the time, the same day, the same time, and if you can't anymore, you're going to struggle moving on. And that's why once in a while you got to just push yourself to keep it moving so that you use those adaptation muscles and that you're able to deal with change. You're able to deal with change. People struggle with change. Okay? And so this is something that we battle with as nomads, okay? And don't be a nomad because you want to show all these psychopaths Disney World and you want to travel, you want to prove that you can survive. I can show you a different town every day. Screw them. These people will screw up your life. You're doing what you got to do for you. Okay? And when you do what you got to do for you, you have to operate off, keep it moving. Not to make anyone happy, but to do what you need to do for you, okay? That's self-care. That's the message in this video. Click the thumbs up if you agree with that. Click the blue join button you want to support the channel. Check out my playlist, thousands of free videos. And when in doubt, show up. When in doubt, keep it moving. Because there's a rhythm of life and you'll do a little bit better off if you remember some of these general philosophies. Okay? There's no exact science to life. You cannot eliminate risk. You cannot do, all you can do is your best. And your best life has a mindset that has a level of flow, movement. And that is the message in this video. Peace.